We've been working on our bathroom remodel, and one of the things we need to tackle is the flooring. The flooring, which is an LVP, luxury vinyl planks, was put in about 3 years ago. So we purchased some more of the original product, and we're just going to do the areas that need to be replaced. There was a large corner tub here, so you can see that a lot of the squares got cut to handle that arc. So any tile that's not perfectly square needs to come back out. These are usually tacked down with one of two things, mastic or an adhesive. This one had mastic on it, and I'm going to show you how to cut these out and replace them. And the big tools for today are, one, you'll need a utility knife. This style was grouted in between luxury vinyl planks. You'll want to cut it regardless whether it's grouted or not. So the first thing we'll do is score all the edges very cleanly, because we want to get a clean break and not lift up any of the existing LVP that's in place. So I'll show you how to score it here, and then we'll use a hair dryer. It's actually not a hair dryer. A hair dryer won't work. Heat guns from a lot of big box stores don't have the right power. If you're doing a flooring project like this, this is one I recommend you get a commercial grade heat gun. Be very careful with it. You can melt the tiles very quickly. But you'll see that when you warm up the LVP, it's enough to make that adhesive on the backside release, and you can pry it up. And then you can go back, and I'll show you that whatever's left on the floor, you hit it with the heat gun again, and it releases, and you can clean it up very easily. So when scoring the tile, this one has an X on it. It's coming out. These are good tiles. I'm going to keep those. Yep. So when I want to score this line, start where the good tile is, because it's much easier to start in an accurate spot, right, Luke? And then which way? We'll go this way and pull it to you, because if you go long and stretch right here, which you commonly do, you're not going to hurt anything. If I went this way, it's hard to stop exactly where I want, and I don't want to damage that tile. So I'll clear the room of all pets and then get started on scoring. All right, so we'll score the first tile. Be very careful with the utility knife. Replace the blade frequently, because a sharp knife is much safer than a dull one. And be careful when cutting it to when cutting. Get your body position so that you're cutting straight down versus drawing long distance where you're going to release and hit your legs. So keep your legs back, but keep your weight on it so that you can get it to cut through. So I'm just going to start my cut here, because this is the good tile I want to keep. Put some pressure on it and just slowly draw that line. All right. So we'll score the entire length of this. Now that we've got it warmed up with a heat gun, take a flat edge putty knife and begin to pry it up, breaking up that adhesive or mastic. This tile I want to keep, so in order to prevent from prying this one up, put some pressure on it while you're starting on this one. And make sure you're getting a clean break there at that seam. That's nice. See how that separated right there very nicely. Run this next edge. All right, that's it. Tiles out, and you can see that I've got some residual mastic on the floor here. So what I'll do is I'll hit this area again with the heat gun, scrub it, because you want a very flat, smooth surface when you reapply the new flooring. We have all the old tiles torn out that we wanted to get rid of. I'll go back and clean up the edges here, remove any loose material there between those. Those were grouted. Again, you can grout LVP if you want it to look more like tile. And then continue to clean up the floor, getting this smooth surface as much as possible. Make sure you remove any nails or screws that are sticking out. Pound down any nails that are above the surface so you have a nice, smooth working surface when you're done. And it looks pretty good. So we'll do an installation technique here in another video on LVP. But from a floor preparation standpoint, I think we're ready to go.